Right, for this tutorial we're looking at fractional powers. So I've written two different ways down. I've written down a to the power of a half as a separate rule just because it's one of our most common ones. So if you have a to the power of half, we know that is the square root of a. Now this does follow the same rule as this one here, because actually if it's any fraction you can use a rule where the fraction becomes a root. And your base number, the a, goes into the root. And then this fraction, we know that the n goes in here and the m goes here. And a good way to memorise that is if you imagine that fraction as a flower and the denominator, the root of the flower, goes into the root and the flower goes as the power. You don't have to use that. You can just remember that this goes into the root and the numerator goes up. So the one stays up and this one stays into the root. Right, we're going to use these rules to answer some questions. So the first ones we have here, we've got 9 to the power of a half. So we know that anything to the power of a half is the same as the square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. And technically also negative 3 as well, so you're not incorrect to say 3 and negative 3. 16 to the power of a quarter. This one here. So 16 goes into the root. The 4 here, the root goes into the root, and the 1, the numerator stays up as the power. So 4th root of 16 is 2, because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8, times 2 again is 16. So 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 4th root of 16 is 2. It's the power of 1, so it's just 2. Right, next couple, we've got 27 to the power of 2 over 3. So it's a fractional power, we know it's going into a root. 27 goes into the root. The denominator goes into the root. And the numerator stays up. Or you can imagine the flower becomes the power and the root of the flower goes into there. Cube root of 27 is 3. And we've still got that squared. 3 squared, which is 9. So it's good to know your cube roots, your 4th roots, especially the first 4 of each for the exam. Next one here, 25 to the power of a half. So we know that anything to the power of a half is the square root of 25, which is 5. Last few, we've got 125 to the power of 2 over 3. So 125, the denominator goes into the root. The numerator stays up as the power. Cube root of 125 is 5. Still got the squared, and 5 squared is 25. Next one we have here, we've got 16 to the power of negative 3 over 2. So we know what to do with this if we had a positive power, but right now it's a negative power. We do know, however, how to change a negative power into a positive one. If you're not sure, you can watch that tutorial. So to change this to positive power, we have to take it to the denominator. 1 over 16 to the power of 3 over 2. So we've taken it to the denominator and changed it to a positive power. Now we know exactly what to do because we keep it on the denominator and use our rule as normal. 16 goes into the root, the 2 goes in here, and the cubed goes up here as the power. Oh, sorry, I've written cubed. Sorry, the 2 goes into the root and the 3 goes up as the power. Square root of 16 is 4. So we have 1 over 4 cubed. And I've just not left quite enough space, but we can just go to the side. 4 cubed, we know, is 64. So that last answer is 1 over 64. Right, I'm going to do 2 more examples now. We've got negative 8 to the power of positive, sorry, I've just 2x that out, so it is to the positive 1/3. So we know what to do with a positive power. The negative 8 goes in here, the 3 goes into the root, and the 1 is the power. Cube root of negative 8, we know that the cube root of positive 8 is 2. Cube root of negative 8 is therefore negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 gets you to negative 8. And it's to the power of 1, so it's just negative 2. Last one here, we've got 8 to the power of 4 over 3. So we put the 8 into the root, the 3 goes in here, and the 4 becomes the power. Cube root of 8 is 2, so we have 2 to the power of 4. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 again is 16. And that's you for fractional powers.